Purnachandra pettannu pedichittunna. He also fell on the ground. Olichirikkan vendi. Okay. Good you fell. That is a military jeep. Each minute seemed like eternity as they lay inert on the ground. Okay, so they were hiding. Camouflage ചെയ്ത a giant tree യുടെ ആ ഒരു വെളിച്ചത്തിൽ they were hiding. The jeep came quite near to them and then it went away. After lying still for a long time, Shudeep stirred. Okay, he moved. He had hurt a knee because of the fall. Muttinendo sambhavichu and it was hurting now. He looked at Purnachandra, but he saw that the child's face, there was a raw hatred. For whom? For the army. Army adile poyadinte a raw hatred aa kuttiyude mohathu kaanarunnu ennaanu parayunnathu. Purnachandra grasped a fistful of grass. I swear by the sacred blade of grass of my forest, I will kill them one day. I hate them. They drive me crazy. I will take revenge one day. Mark my words. Imagine there's a 10-year-old child saying all this. He hates them, and this hate is so evident in his face. It is so evident in his words, right? And he wants to kill them. He wants to take revenge. I will leave Purna. I give you my word. As soon as your Dada returns. So Shubhapriyo has gone somewhere. As soon as he is going back, not gone somewhere. It means, you know, when Shubhapriyo is returning to the university, Shudeep will also go in Parayanath. Dada will not study anymore. He too has taken the decision. What decision? To join Shanti Bahini. Apam Shubhapriyo is not returning to the university. He is also going to join Shanti Bahini according to Purnachandra. Yes, come, let's go. Didi is waiting by the bamboo grove. We will return home together. Okay, so he's saying that, come, let's go. Let's go home together. Kajolika, his sister, is waiting by the bamboo grove. Bamboo we'll go home together. We'll collect her and go. The bamboo grove, why there? Why is she there? They continue to chat, okay, and he tells that, you know, it is Rubhuti, her lover. Sometimes he comes there. Okay, so whenever he comes, that is where she meets Rubhuti. And because they don't have any other means of communication, whenever she's here, she goes and waits there every time, hoping that Rubhuti will come. Okay, why? Doesn't your Didi know if he will come or not? No, that is why she has to wait. Okay, because they don't have any sort of communication. That is why she keeps waiting for him. She too wears a cowbell so that we can find her. Okay, so he's all joking about the cowbell. I love my Didi. She's so nice. And you know, by after this, they were continuing to walk, and you know, Shradeep forgot the pain in his feet, and even the pain in his heart, it went to the background. They entered the deep forest, and you know, he's describing the canopy of the trees, the ancient trees who had witnessed history. Okay, all the traces of mundane everyday world are deep forest right? And you know, it was almost very atmosphere was very magical because these trees are all so close together. So it would look like a very romantic night, a romantic place, a romantic night where Kajolika and Vibhuti could meet. Okay, maybe even if Bidita had not left him, he and Bidita could also meet during such a romantic night. Silently, Shubhapriyo thanked Shudeep thanked Shubhapriyo for having given him this gift of this forest. All right, and he kept on walking, thinking all of this, and that's when Purnachandra started talking again. I hope Kajolika will meet Vibhuti. Perhaps there is an operation on somewhere. Otherwise, why should a military move around the area? Okay, so he's thinking that maybe Vibhuti is around. Shanti Bahini when every pressure on military jeep, there might be a military operation happening. Okay, maybe. And he suddenly, you know, Purnachandra has this revelation that what if they find Didi? Purnachandra's voice became hoarse with fear. Okay, what if these military people find his sister? His tender 10-year-old heart began to flutter in apprehension, and the cowbell stopped ringing. But his hands froze. He suddenly frozen with fear for his sister. He turned a pale, blood-drained face towards Shudeep. I want Didi so many times not to move around like this alone. You know, Shudeep pulled Purnachandra close. Don't worry, I am here with you. Nothing will happen to her. Okay, look at the night like this. The moon is shining above the trees. Even the animals are sleeping peacefully. In this silence, we can hear Kajolika's bell. He feels that it is night. Okay, because of the canopy of the trees. Death, what are you saying? എന്ന് പൂർണ്ണചന്ദ്ര പറയുന്നു. It is not night, it is daytime. Okay, it is the trees. ഇപ്പം രാത്രി ആയിട്ടൊന്നും ഇല്ല, ഇത് പകല സമയമാണ്. It is the trees, because they are so close together, that makes everything dark. I know this place very well. You are new, that's why it looks like night to you. In a sudden mood swing, Purnachandra started to laugh, thinking of how silly Shudeep is. Okay, and അങ്ങനെ ചിരിച്ചോണ്ടിരുന്നപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും suddenly Shudeep is coming to his senses. ശരിയാണല്ലോ, പകലാണല്ലോ, രാത്രി ആയില്ലല്ലോ എന്നൊക്കെ ഓർക്കുമ്പോഴാണ്, on a night like this, his Vidita would have never left him. ഇതുപോലത്തെ ഒരു സ്ഥലവും ഇതുപോലത്തെ ഒരു രാത്രിയുമായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ she would have waited for him too, just like Kajolika is waiting for Vibhuti എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. You are mad. Purnachandra could not stop laughing. I understand how Dada could. I can't understand how Dada could be a friend with such a crazy man. Okay, he's laughing at Shudeep. Then suddenly he stopped laughing and started screaming. Okay, again, the fear for his sister is overwhelming him. He pushed Shudeep away and started to run wildly. Didi, Didi. Okay, he started calling. Shudeep was bewildered. What happened? He started running behind Purnachandra. All right, and Purnachandra is at this point crying very, very loudly. They found Kajolika. All right, her clothes were strewn all around. Her body was motionless. There was blood flowing between her legs. Okay, you can understand from these two lines that she has been raped, she has been assaulted by probably the military jeep that passed by from that place. Purnachandra threw himself beside her, wringing his hands as helplessly. Is Didi dead? She doesn't talk. Why is she not moving? Is she dead? Okay, he's very scared. He's a very young boy, so he doesn't understand what has happened to her. The tire marks, okay, so the tire marks tell us that it was indeed the military jeep who came there, and they are the ones who have done this to her. Embedded on the soft earth told the harsh story. All right, soft ആയിട്ടുള്ള മണ്ണിൽ ക്രൂരമായിട്ടുള്ള ടയർ മാർക്സ്. Okay, that is a direct metaphor to describe what has happened to Kajolika. What could he tell this child who had already seen so much, and now he had become an unwilling witness to a gruesome tragedy? It will haunt his memory as long as he lived. So already itrayum tragedy kandu oralanu Purnachandra. Now what can Shudeep say? Okay, എന്ത് പറയും ഈ കുട്ടിയോട്? How this image that he has seen will remain in his memory for all his lifetime. Okay, and more and more hatred will come into him. What has happened to Didi? Why don't you say anything? Is my Didi dead? Okay, and Purnachandra was looking for some reassurance. മരിച്ചിട്ടില്ല എന്നുള്ളതിനൊരു റീഅഷുറൻസിന് വേണ്ടിയാണ് ഈ ചോദ്യം മുഴുവൻ ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. Kajolika lay motionless, face down. അപ്പൊ മുഖം മണ്ണിലേക്കാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. What were they to do? Shudeep knelt beside Kajolika's body and pressed his palm on her back. Some relief. She was breathing. So she's not dead. Okay, she was breathing. No, she was not dead, but injured grievously. The wound എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആ മുറിവ് എന്താണ്? It is not only physical but also psychological, because she has been assaulted. Providence had destined that he would handle the situation, take charge. Okay, ആ ഒരു ദൈവത്തിന്റെ കളി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വീണ്ടും അയാളാണ് ഈ ഒരു അവസരത്തിൽ ഷുദീപാണ് ചാർജ് എടുക്കേണ്ടത്. Purna, your Didi needs medical care. She is alive. We have to save her. Okay. Hastily, Purna gathered Kajolika's clothes and handed them to Shudeep. Dress her. Call me when you have finished. So even though he is a young boy, he cannot do it. He's saying that, put these clothes on her. And at the Kariyumba enne vilikkennu parayunu. What will you do? Meanwhile, ennu choikkumbol, I will devise some way to kill those beasts. Okay, those monsters. All right. I am thinking of some way to kill them. Oh Purna, may God help you. That is the only reply that Shudeep can say. Shudeep's fingers trembled as he covered Kajolika's body. She was in a stupor, so she was unconscious. There were marks of violence all over her body. Tufts of grass and mud stuck to raw wounds like hills into which paths have been hewn. അപ്പൊ ഇത് മുഴുവൻ ഒരു മെറ്റഫോറിക്കൽ ആയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ കാണേണ്ടത്. നല്ല ഭംഗിയുള്ള ഹിൽസിന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്കൂടെ വഴി വെട്ടുമ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്? ആ നല്ല പച്ചപ്പിന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്കൂടെ ഒരു വഴി വെട്ടുമ്പോൾ അതൊരു വയലൻസ് പോലെയാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്, അല്ലെ? അതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് അവളുടെ ബോഡിയിലും അങ്ങനത്തെ മുറിവുകൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ മുറിവുകളിലും മണ്ണും ചെളിയും പുല്ലും എല്ലാം കൂടെ പറ്റിപ്പിടിച്ചിരിക്കുമായിരുന്നു. Nature violated. So it's not only Kajolika, but it is nature that has been violated here. He lifted Kajolika on his shoulders, called Purnachandra, and together they made their journey back. He had to deliver her to her people. it was his burden, because it was his people, the wages of the sins of his people that had to be paid. It was his people who were responsible for this. Otherwise, he was responsible for delivering her to her people. Suddenly, Ribhuti with his rifle-bearing comrades appeared before them. പെട്ടെന്നാണ് Ribhuti അവിടെ വന്നത്. Ribhuti da, you are too late. They have killed Didi. Who did this? Who were they? Those men in the jeeps. Oh, now I understand. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് he's pointing the rifle to Shudeep's chest. No, don't kill him. He didn't do it. He's Dada's friend. So even Ribhuti also, he automatically associates Shudeep with the enemy. So he's pointing the rifle, the gun to Shudeep's chest. And Purnachandra says that no, he is a friend. Shudeep was calm and prepared. I will answer all your questions. But first we have to take care of Kajolika. Ribhuti started crying. He broke down. Okay, his comrades lowered their guns and wept with him. They cried with him. Together they lifted their guns, fired into the air, and they took an oath of vengeance. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിന് റിവെഞ്ച് എടുക്കും എന്നുള്ള ഒരു സത്യമാണ് ആ സമയത്ത് അവർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Shudeep carried Kajolika up the hill towards her home. Purnachandra followed slowly behind, sorrowfully behind. An outpouring of shock and rage mingled with horror. Okay, so shock, rage, and horror, all three things are greeting him together when he arrived. Shubhopriyo had come back from wherever he had gone. His eyes were fiery embers. Fiery embers എന്താണ്? കത്തി നിൽക്കുന്ന എന്താ coal പോലെയാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. He turned on Shudeep, venom spewing out of him. You, Shudeep, yes, you will have to pay for the wrongs. Okay, so even his friend Shubhopriyo is now, when this violence has been done to his sister, he's immediately forgetting his friend. He's forgetting that he is the one who brought Shudeep there. He's saying that you will pay for the wrongs committed by your people. You are responsible. And Shudeepine ആണ് pinpoint ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Shudeep accepted it all in complete silence. He lowered his eyes in shame, a deep shame for his entire race. So he's not revolting because he also feels the same, that he is responsible for the doings of his people. Shubhopriyo's father brought the rope. Okay, so what are they doing? We don't know. Shudeep did not protest. He continued to remain silent as they bound him to a tree. ഒരു മരത്തെ കെട്ടിയിടുവാണ്. He understood their anger. They were doing what they had to do. Shubhopriyo was merciless. It is not enough to forget your own pain. Know and experience real pain. Learn from us. Shudeep remained silent. He accepted and understood. Slowly, the white night gave way to a grimmer darkness. Okay, so what happens towards the end is that Shudeep, who had come there to relieve his pain, his personal grieving, his personal, suffering that he was going through, he believed that he will get rid of it by coming here. But towards the end, and it was Shubhopriyo who had said that, if you come and live in our jungle, you will feel peaceful, you will feel calm. But after this violence that has happened to his sister, he is also forgetting the fact that he has brought his friend here. And towards the end, they're probably tying him to the tree and beating him up, and he ends up dead. Right? Shudeep is killed towards the end. But Shubhopriyo, എന്താണ് അവസാനം പറയുന്നത്? It is not enough that you forget your pain. You are so preoccupied with your pain, your love, your vidita. Okay, now you should know that heartbreak in the pain alla physical pain. You should know and experience the real pain. ശരിക്കുമുള്ള വേദന എന്താണെന്ന് കണ്ടറിയണം. Learn from us. We are living in pain all the time. Okay, and saying this, he probably kills Shudeep. Shudeep remained silent. He accepted and understood. So he is accepting the sins of his people. അവനൊരു representative ആയി മാറുകയാണ് ആ സമയത്ത് for the entire civilization that is against these this hill people. Slowly the white night gave way to a grimmer darkness. Okay, so the night was very beautiful for Shudeep a few moments ago, and now it has gone to a darkness. That means he is killed towards the end. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the story. It tells a very, very painful story. It presents before us a very, very painful reality of what is happening around us. All right, and it makes us aware of many things that we are unaware of, and we do not realize that when we call people Naxalites, when we call people Maoists, we do not look at things from their perspective. We are only looking at things from our perspectives because we were happy enough to be born in this mainland, and we don't have to suffer like these people are suffering every day for their survival. right? So that is something that we all should think about as we read this chapter. Now, I want you all to read the story once more. Now that you have had the read the summary, I want you to read it once more and try and understand the themes that are coming up here. All right, we'll discuss it in our live class. What are the themes? But you should identify them before. That means you will be the one leading the discussion on the themes and symbols that are there in this particular story. Thank you.